downpour has just commenced. Pretty good thunderstorm. But there's various events going on today which have people doing big cook-ups. So Jemima had me set her alarm for 3 o'clock this morning instead of getting up at the usual 4 o'clock, which she normally does. I usually get up between about 6 and half past 6. But she told me later this morning that she wished she'd made it 2 o'clock because she was running behind. But we are in the tropics. We have a tropical thunderstorm. But, yeah, it's a dry season. It's all well, dude.
You'd think it was really hammering down out there, but it's not even 30 millimetres per hour. I've seen it come down at 130 millimetres per hour at one stage last year. So, oh yeah, here we go, we're up to 35. May go up yet. But yeah, dry season. That little rainstorm's over now, and the rainfall rate peaked at 94.79 millimetres per hour. So, almost 3 times heavier than what you saw outside. So yeah, and how much rain do we get? 18.59 millimetres. So yeah, short and sharp. And we'll see what that does for my solar power input take today. Well, more than a week's gone by and the coffee pod racks are still there, so I think we're good. I thought I'd come over and see if I could get this little genset working, and yes I did. It was just a matter of knowing the right thing to do. So that's all good now. It's got about half a fuel tank in it, half a tank of fuel in it. I was going to go and get the other one over there up on the bench, but for that, given it's 45 kilograms, I need that guy up the end up there, and I wasn't going to handle that until I had some gloves. So I was looking for gloves. I've got multiple sets of gloves here somewhere, or I did have, unless somebody souvenired them. So I've been hunting for those and haven't found them yet, but I found a few other treasures. So having done that, I think I've now reached heat limit, so I'm going to go home again. Okay, it's Monday afternoon, time to go across to the shed and continue my hunt for gloves again. I was going to come across earlier, but I looked at the weather display and it said it feels like 52. I thought, well, okay, I'll wait until it comes below 45. And then there's been a few millimetres rain that's cooled down a bit. We do have a party going on in a nearby, can't call it a suburb I guess, but probably about 300 or 400 metres that way. There's people partying and they've got a PA system that's so loud. Doesn't need to be that loud. But there's no noise ordinances around here to tell people to keep it quieter, just avoid disturbing the neighbours. You can disturb the neighbours as much as you like, apparently. Okay, so the hunt for gloves continues. I've searched in that box and that box, so now I've got to work on this and work my way that way. Shouldn't take me that long. I found gloves. There should be another pair of that sort of realm of working type gloves. Those are all ones for keep warm type gloves. Well, they're not applicable here. And there's the old cheapo riggers gloves. Forget where they come from. But these are what I was after. Definitely got to get some WD-40 on that. Those chains. They're looking a bit rusty. I have a little bit left in the can here, and I got a couple more cans on order from Shopee. So that's what I was about. That thing's a little bit too heavy to comfortably pick up and put down the floor by myself, so lowering into the wheelbarrow, and I'll wheelbarrow it over into that gap over there. Then I'll roll the other one across on its casters and pick it up and put it on the bench. And I'm going to leave it at that for the day. You can see my sweat trail. I'm a bit soaked, so I'm off home again to cool down. Well, it's 2 days later. It's Wednesday now. Yeah, it appears to have rained again. From what I'm told, we had more rain yesterday than they've had in Horsham so far this year. Bit of a drought there. A drought here is when we only have 1,000 millimetres for a year. Yeah, different world. Well, there it is, suspended just where I left it the other day. I shall continue its journey to the bench. It took me a few tries to get the battery charger powered up, but it's all good now. It's hooked up. The battery in there was pretty much stuffed. I think it may not hold a charge after I've charged it up. We'll see. But it's not a huge battery, and should be readily replaced. It's probably one available for motorcycles. So that'll be pretty common around here. But yeah, well, we'll see how we go. Handy device that. No way I was picking up the 55 kilograms dry weight, so it's probably closer to 60 kilograms with the fuel and oil in it. Yeah, so I shall leave that and wander off. I'm getting hot and sweaty already, but I see this thing's recovered its link to the external weather station. As you can see, currently outdoor temperature 99%. Well, outdoor temperature 25.2 degrees, which is probably the dew point or below, and 99% humidity. Rain this week, 82 millimetres, 82.8. So, yeah, dry season, not very dry. Well, it's Wednesday after lunch. I thought I'd go across to the shed and see how my battery charging is going. But, of course, it's raining. But that's what umbrellas are for. It's not looking good. It's been on there for a few hours now, and if I turn off the charger, it says I've got 8 volts. Pretty good. It's still raining pretty well. What did it say this morning? Is it 88.4 for the week? So yeah, coming up for almost 40 millimetres this afternoon, or since I was over here this morning. Consequently, the tanks are full. Lots and lots of well, everything coming down the roof at the moment is coming down that chute. And was it only last week that I said this cancun was planted? Yeah, it grows well. Everything grows well here. It's Thursday morning. Yeah, rained quite a bit yesterday. Over 60 millimetres. So the tank's, yeah, going to remain full by the look of it. Actually, I had a look at my rainfall spreadsheet this morning, and we've had almost exactly the same amount of rain so far this year as we had this time last year. So last year we totaled 4.6 metres of rain. So we're on track so far to get there again. Well, I've just turned off the battery charger. This is being powered by the battery in there. It says it's at 10 volts, so it's not that healthy. So I suspect if I turn on the fuel, where are we? Fuel on. No. It's not even going to attempt to start it. Just have it turned on and turn it up to maximum amps. So I think we can call that a dead battery. So I'll have to see what's involved in replacing that and whether I want to. Given this genset doesn't actually get used anymore because of the big diesel one out there, there seems to be little utility in putting a good battery in it and leaving it sit there to go bad. But when this thing was shipped, or picked up at least, this connector here was not connected, and that left the battery isolated, and it was good for I guess a couple of years in that condition. So I guess I could get a new battery and disconnect this and leave it in that state, so that if it was ever needed, we just connect that up and hope that it's still got a charge. But yeah, now I know. It's Friday morning. I'm hoping it's continuing sunny today because it was dull the last couple of days and we really need to run the genset. But the pressure sensor was really acting up yesterday, and the best run I got out of this thing was about an hour before it stopped with a low pressure message. But frequently it would run for less than a couple of minutes. Now, the way this stuff works is the system inside will ramp up the current it draws. So it will start off pulling about 300 watts and then ramp it up to 12 kilowatts. But it takes a little while to do that, and frequently he was not getting past the 300 watt charge level before it would say, oh, that's it, I give up. So I pressed the stop button and pressed the start button probably, I don't know, 30 times, and I did that in two different tranches. Like when I found myself screaming at the thing that I was going to reprogram it with an axe, I thought, no, time to walk away. I did that twice. So I ended the day yesterday with about 42% charge in the shed here and not a lot more over at the house. So to get through the night I had to institute some pretty major things. Like I shut down a lot of stuff that I never normally shut down. Normally we'll run at about 500 to 700 watts consumption overnight, sometimes spiking up to about 1.1 kilowatts. Last night I had it down to about 200 watts. So we got through, because if we needed to do an import overnight from the shed, that would have pulled the shed down too, to the point where it needed to do an import, and it would have wanted to start this thing up. And yes, it would start it because it's currently set in auto mode, but it might have only run for 2 minutes before I shut down again, which would do nobody any good. So really need that replacement pressure sensor. The good news is that landed in Jakarta on Wednesday night. I've just got to wait for it to come through the customs and postal system here. So I'll receive a notification sometime that there's fees to be paid before they release it for delivery. I'm looking forward to that. And I really hope that's the solution to the problem. If we put that in, it would still have the problem. I'm not going to be a happy camper, I can tell you. But yeah, as I said, Friday morning, so time to assemble what I've got and do an upload. And yeah, we'll see what the story is here. But really, yeah, if it's sunny like this today, we'll be fine. It's when it gets dull in the afternoon that we hit problems.